Once more, a great power graces the Temple of Source. Guardian, divine, you are whole once more, restored to your former glory and power. Ready are you for what lies beyond. Ready are you to illuminate the darkness.
The trial of ascension is behind us. Do you feel quite ascended?
Of all the worthless diversions, I thought this was supposed to be a legendary source temple.
Enlightening? Huh. What a bunch of pointless busywork that was. Zandalor! Is he dead?
Guardians, the last of the portals at the end of time has reignited. You must have found the final... Zandalor! But what is... Leandra. She was here, wasn't she? But there's no time. Stand back, Guardians. Zandalor is unconscious, but a pulse of life beats within him still. I must heal him before it's too late.
What did... Leandra... She's here somewhere. Ikara!
As ever, Zandalor. Are you all right?
I'm better than I've any right to be, thanks to you. She was just here, Ikara. She must have brought her Death Knights through the portal and then destroyed it behind her. I thought I could defend it, but she...
She isn't herself. She's become something I can hardly comprehend. She needs our help, Zandalor, and the Guardians need every moment they can get if they're to find her.
The Guardians? My heavens. Can it be? Then the myths are true. But my amulet, the Starstone, that must mean the protectors of the Godbox are real. They have returned. The Slayers of the Void. How can it be that you've raised yourselves from lost spirits to saviors? Here you are, standing before your ancestral home once more, while I've only managed to get myself knocked on the flat of my back. Again. Anything I can do to help you, Guardians, you must ask of me. If I can provide even a modicum of assistance to you, my purpose will have been fulfilled. I am the last of my kind, a keeper of the Source, keeper of its memory, of its most ancient secrets. Some of the earliest devotees of Source created certain sacred documents, one of which fell into Leandra's hands. That could preserve the memory of that power, come what may. To most, the tales were little more than myth, but to a knowing eye, they contained the most important details of our past. As the keeper of the Source, it was my responsibility to protect these secrets, including the secret of this portal. But Leandra has stayed one step ahead of me at every turn. Leandra attacked me. Once she'd located the rune of the forest spirit, she and her Death Knight stormed this place with little ceremony. The portal behind me led to the first garden, that realm of the gods where you once dwelled, and that I have been sworn to protect. Now that she's leapt through, my gravest fears are one step closer to reality. I believe that Leandra intends to use her army to wage war against Astarte and free the Void, and that she is well on her way to doing just that. But here you are, the Guardians. A fantasy turned to fact, and so I hope salvation. How remarkable. How utterly remarkable. You must be here to finish what you began so many millennia ago. You must be here to cage the Void once and for all. As I understand it, the first garden was the goddess Astarte's home, the birthplace of Source itself. If the legends are true, and it appears they are, you yourselves dwelled there for centuries. It is my belief that Leandra is preparing to call Astarte and the Void Dragon forth, then shut Astarte within the box. If that should happen, the Void will fly free and consume all. Now that you have remembered your true natures, the path to the first garden will be clear. You will turn to your primordial home, and together we can face what is to come. Who else but the Guardians of the God Box could defeat the Void Dragon? Who but its first defeaters could encase it once and for all? The souls that reside within you are more noble, more dear than any who have or ever will live. Only those souls have ever subdued the dragon. Only they will subdue it once more. You yourselves must enter the first garden. You must face Leandra. And if we are too late, the Void Dragon. You have slain it once before, Guardians. You will succeed again.
Leandra has destroyed this portal, but your work restoring your threads to the tapestry of time has sparked the Homestead's last shrine, a portal that could only have been remembered by the Guardians themselves.
The Tapestry of Time.
It's a long story, Zandalor. You'll see soon enough. We will accompany you, Guardian, but know that I cannot give up on Leandra just yet. I cannot believe my own sister incapable of redemption.
As you wish, Guardians. When you are ready, we will enter the first garden together. With you returned to us at last, I dare hope we may end this madness yet.
Yet again, Leandra disabled Zandalor, but did not kill him. Perhaps there's hope she may be redeemed.
So she let him live. What about the hundreds she's killed? Directly or otherwise?
Any humanity she had died along with the many she'd murdered. Leandra is far, far beyond redemption.
Dear Guardians, dear Saviors, dear friends, your labors have borne essential fruit, fruit that will save us all. The final portal is opened, the portal to the first garden. Leandra and the Trife are so very close to bringing the dragon back to bear upon Rivellon. But you are so very close to stopping them. This way, the destiny of time itself awaits.
Icar, listen. About Leandra. About that night.
No, Zandalor. Not now.
But before we go through, before we see her again, I want you to...
Enough. The Guardians need us. There's no time for this.
Beyond this portal awaits the vileness of the Void. I have gone as far as I can, but you, my friend, you'll have to be braver still.
Our guests, our heroes, How you have changed since your threads first appeared in my hands. Then, you were the tapestry's greatest mystery. Now you are our last promise of salvation. I will be here weaving your tale into time, recording the fate you will write for all of Rivellon. The portal awaits you, Guardians.
Infinite failings have led Zandalor and I to this moment. With your help, perhaps we can redeem not only ourselves, but Leandra too. I cannot pretend to know what fate awaits us on the other side of this portal, but I trust you to lead us.
Once you step through this portal, never again may you, Divine Ones, return to our realm. Your future lies only forward, and space and time will bend to keep you there.
What lies beyond is a world unseen for an eon by human eyes, where you once dwelled as immortals, where Astarte and Source itself were born. Leandra has infiltrated. She is poised to summon the Void, to overwhelm Astarte with her army of Death Knights. But the side of light, of creation, of existence itself has something she'll never have. You. Ikara and I will not leave your side. We will go where you lead us.
Your fate awaits, dear Guardians, and with it the fate of all Rivellon. So I suppose only one little question remains. Are you ready?
Beyond here lies the true end of time, and it is our fate to stop it. Yet Zigzax's question rings heavy in my ears. Are we ready?
We wouldn't have made it this far if we weren't. Onward.
May the Void tremble at our feet.
My friends, before you leap into eternity, know this. I have seen planets born and races die, empires rise and spirits fall. But this, time rewoven, heroes returned from oblivion. You've granted me the greatest tale yet told. Thank you. And remember, Zigzags will never forget.
This cannot be the first
Why
Guardian.
don't you stop fighting? Guardians? You're cowards. Fear is your only god.
What's this I spy with my big little eye? It skitters like vermin, confused and afraid. Answer me! What do I spy? Yes! You can't but own up to your true nature.
Backslider. You can't even save yourselves, can you?
What is this place, my friend? We are little more than lice to that... whatever it is.
Tell me true. You have heard the tale of the two deserters, but do you know in your hearts to be its true protagonists? Yes! So you are! So you are! And deserted you are too, by the gods, by Astarte, by all!
Only after the void wipes clean the smudge of your existence will you know peace. You failed before. You will fail again.
That was rather unpleasant.
I wonder what's next.
So full are you of hollow possibilities.
Leandra, I don't recognize you.
My Duke, my Prince, let me curl my fingers around your stout sticks.
My sister.
And
This
let me
place
grab
feels
hold of your
eerily
curvaceous
familiar.
pelvis.
Back to the end of our
I
beginnings.
long for its ivory splendor.
Let us merely speak of these passions no longer. A velvet night.
What do you think it will be like in the void, Sir Inver? From nothing, returned to nothing.
It'll be like I don't feel so well. What do you want?
Please, sister.
You already
Please come back. I'm
destroyed my sweet darling time. Is that not enough?
Is that tapestry? Leandra,
Each
I don't
time
recognize
their
you.
threads appeared in my hands, I shuddered.
Have you seen my sister?
I believe it. This.
I recognize that bark. Spells trouble.
All he's done so far is talk, but I'll be on my guard.
Leandra, please, this has gone on long enough.
Welcome me. We answer to this code. You have come far, haven't you? Dog time, magic. Like the wonderful that you are. So rest, relax, and have a drink. Why, oh you fool of fools, so close are we to the end, and still you ask the most pointless of questions. There is no longer such a thing as why, no when, no where. All that is left are the last few strikes of the dying clock. Tick, tock, hunter. Time for bed. Why the king crab, is it not? Your old horse. This is your one hunter, dangling from the last thread of time. So sit back and watch the void coming with a pair of scissors in its hands. It does, doesn't it? And I am just the thing.
What do you think it will be like in the void?
Have you seen my sister?
From nothing,
Drink up now,
returned to
before
nothing.
it clogs.
Leandra,
It'll be like.
Are you sure you weren't followed? Are you sure you weren't seen?
Hush, darling, hush. Ikara doesn't know. The night is ours.
Then kiss me, Leandra. Too long have I been dreamed.
careful there, hunters. Are you sure you want to descend even deeper?
Leandra, please, this has gone on long enough.
Bathed in rivers of renewal.
That is one hefty tome over there.
One I daren't read. Not in this place.
Page after page is being written. And what have you to show for it but gore?
Blood, blood, blood! Will its flow never end?
Not until Leandra has been drained of hers.
You have to love what they've done with the place.
One corpse the more, one life the less. Hardly seems to matter anymore.
What do you think it will be like in the void, Sa'in? From the
Wander, hunter.
return
Exhaust
to nothing.
All you have left is but a dream within a dream.
Like... Oh, I don't feel so well.
How they ignored me! How they reviled me! But now I am queen! Bow before your sovereign, peasant! Bow before your master! Squire, prepare a boiling pot!
Well, well. Looks like the doctors have become the patients.
Role reversal and poetic justice tend to go hand in hand.
Fear not, fear not. One more amputation and you'll be right as rain.
No, back off, stay away! Bloodstone! Blood, life, death. This! Just the dark that pinches my eyes.
Just a bit under the weather. Just a touch of death, no more. Oh, there goes another finger. Not to worry.
Don't you worry.
Leandra will keep
You'll be
me
better
safe.
soon. I've new scalpels all a glitter.
I am here. But where is my wife? Leandra Brackus Rex liars all. Is this all there is? Then it's well. All men fear death.
It was nothing. It was supposed to be nothing. A bite will no more. Not a moor through which the Reaper would crawl, cackling. Do you know who I am?
Don't you worry.
I'd like to know.
You'll be better soon. I've new scalpels all a glitter.
Good gods, the odor here is sickening.
Makes my eyes water and my throat burn.
You'll be better soon. I've new scalpels all a glitter.
I took the fish. You looked away, but look at me now, sleeping with the fishes. Away from her, sticky fingers. She is mine, and mine alone. I won't let them nasties hurt you, my darling.
I spotted something. What could that have done?
skulls of a glitter.
I don't know what this place is, comrade. But old Madara's got your back, no matter what may come.
Something isn't right here, my friend. It smells like death.
We will pray for the goddess forever.
We will hold an eternal vigil.
Astarte rests in death's embrace. Pray for her while there still is time. Your prayers are for naught. Her soul burns. All that is left is fire.
Lament, O heavens! Rejoice, O hells! Astarte is no more! Betrayed she was by cowardice!
Such woe! Such heartbreak!
Lament, O heavens! Rejoice,
Lament,
O
O
hells!
heavens!
Astarte we will hold an eternal vigil! We will pray for the goddess forever!
We will hold an eternal vigil. We will pray for the
Return to
goddess
us,
forever.
Astarte. Wake from the dead, please!
Return to us, Astarte! Wake from the dead, please!
Return to us, Astarte!
The gods, their hearts
Wake
with
from the
courage
dead,
wound,
please!
as strange and wild worlds they found.
Here reposes
We will
Astarte,
hold an eternal
liberator
vigil.
of the void.
We will
May
pray
the
for the goddess forever.
purge her sin-filled soul.
Oh, such woe!
Look here. The general that was, the guardian that was. The voids pray to thee for one third and final time. If only I could rally you still. But there isn't enough magic left in this dying cosmos to rally you still. Time is a waning word, Fallen One. For it is short, and it is you that is doing the trimming. Your final moments draw nigh. Your fear is an instrument of failure. It always has been. Defeat is your destiny, little general.
Yes, time relent. Do what you do so well. Give in to fear and void.
Prepared me for the terror of such a demon in the flesh.
I needed that.
I'm glad that's over, my friend.
Well done, comrade. That beast deserved no better. You may be much more than a sauce hunter now, but you've done the Order proud. Into the fray once more!
Finally, he is dead. The trickster, the instigator, is no more.
Perhaps, if he is lucky, death is indeed a void, and he'll have what he desired.
I don't care in the least what awaits those who oppose our existence. They must cease to exist, so that we may be.
Finally he is dead. The trickster, the instigator, is no more.
Perhaps, if he is lucky, death is indeed a void, and he'll have what he desired.
I don't care in the least what awaits those who oppose our existence. They must cease to exist so that we may be.
Thank the gods we're awake. I was just conscious enough to realize that we were trapped in horror sleep, but not so much that I could force myself to end the nightmare. You must have triggered our waking yourselves. Tell me, what happened? Yes. A more malevolent form of magic I can hardly imagine. It shouldn't surprise me that Leandra was capable of inflicting it upon us. And yet, those locked in that terrible state are doomed to relive their worst nightmares over and over forever. Most never realize they're dreaming, much less summon the strength to defeat that which torments them. Of course! The fact that you're here now means you must have bested him, conquered the trickster in his own element. Well done. Without his aid, Leandra will be all the more susceptible to our intervention. Because the nightmare was of your mind's material, your waking should have triggered hers as well. She'll likely awaken at any moment. But before she does, Source Hunter, I must ask you something vital. Ikara is desperate to rejoin the Forge of Souls between her sister and herself. She believes that doing so will redeem Leandra. She believes she is strong enough to overcome the darkness that has overtaken her sister. I am less certain. Ikara is a sorcerer more powerful than any I have ever known, until Leandra. I am not at all convinced that Ikara is capable of controlling her sister, and I fear rejoining their souls may in fact only strengthen Leandra. Normally, two forged souls live bonded, though separate, in their respective bodies. It is my fear that the rival powers within these sisters will create something new. Perhaps a third, or perhaps a single entity, neither totally Ikara nor Leandra. Ikara has suffered terribly at the hands of her sister, as have we all. But still, Ikara's love has never wavered. Not when Leandra and I betrayed her. And not even now that she has nearly caused the destruction of the realm. I don't know if I will ever know a love like that. I helped myself to a flake of their light. And look at all that's happened in the aftermath. Some powers I will never understand. But I should say no more. Please, no word to Ikara of what I said. But when the time comes, I hope you'll heed my warning.
It's over? Oh, thank the gods, that was grueling, to say the very least. My sister certainly has a sense of drama, doesn't she? And very little good taste. That inn, of all places. That night. Not sure you suffered as equally as the rest of us, Zandalor, but I suppose we're quite past the time for accusations. Let's move on. Leandra is likely waiting for us even now. We will need to weaken her before we can use the spell to repair our Soul Forge, Guardians. She's far too powerful now to subject to such volatile magic, but once subdued, the spell should be entirely effective. These I will gladly face, if it means there's even a remote chance of saving her. I've already lost my sister once. If I can help it, I won't lose her again.
Zandalor. How long it's been. It does my heart good to stand before you both one last time.
Quite a bit easier to get a good look at you without a bloody icicle in the way, Leandra dear. You're looking well, in any case. Slaughter and destruction quite become you.
Forgive me for that, sister. I feared that you would endanger us both before the crucial moment. If I had known that I'd already become too powerful for the end of your life to cause the end of mine, I might have spared you the indignity.
It's true then. Our soul forge is broken.
Nearly so, yes. With forces of such tremendous power sharing my soul and mind, yours has simply loosened its grip. But we were never meant to be so joined, sister. It was only the spit and string of childhood panic that bound us. Now, we are free.
I don't want to be free of you, Leandra. I never have. We are a single whole, you and I. Without you, I am weak. And without me... Without me, you've lost your way, sister. The slaughter of the imps. The sacrifice of so many by your immaculates. How can you say you act of your own will? You are no murderer.
Wake up! I am what I am. But what we are about to become is greater than all of that.
You mean you intend to destroy us?
Ah, he speaks. Let me clarify, dearest Zandalor. There is a difference between destruction and oblivion. You destroyed our family and left its fragments struggling for breath in your wake. I intend to erase it completely, to wipe it clean from existence. No more suffering, no more sorrow. We will all find perfect peace at last.
I never intended to do wrong by you, Leandra. I loved you. Both of you. Then as I do now.
Enough! Both of you. All of you. Enough! This ends here and now. The more you struggle, the more this will hurt. I don't want to hurt you. Don't you see that? A bargain was struck. Now arise and aid me one final time. You can't stop me. It's too late. The void. It's here. It's over!
This is the moment, Guardian. The spell. Use it now. I must repair our soul forge. It's the only way to end this.
Ikara, I can't let you do this. Even now, Leandra's too powerful, too corrupted for you to control. If you merge your souls, she will consume you completely.
I don't know what's happened to her, how she's become what she has, but it is my duty to help her if I can. I can't expect you to understand. Guardians, the spell.
Thank you, Guardian. Leandra chose this path, and now she must walk it to its bitter end. Ikara, Leandra cannot be saved. With or without the Soul Forge, her fate was sealed the moment she invoked the Void. There is no sense in consigning you to destruction alongside her.
It is done.
Such a beautiful soul could cause
It's done.
so much.
My sister's suffering was great, and the suffering she wrought was even greater. I'm glad it's over. She dropped something, Guardian. A scepter of some kind. It throbs with the same magic as the portal behind her. She must have been using it to safeguard the way to the First Garden.
This portal has been tainted by void magic. There must be a way to remove it. This must be it. The First Garden.
Astarte won't be far off now.
The dwelling of the gods. Gadzooks, comrade.
Well, what's this
It's
I've spotted?
beautiful.
A garden among the stars. I can think of no finer setting for our final stand against the void. Together, my friend, until the end.
We ought to keep Leandra's wand at the ready.
Her army of Death Knights can't be far off now.
Always nice to see a friendly face in a strange place, ain't it? Me? I'm just here to enjoy the show and make a sale or two, on the off chance that all this is still here tomorrow. Best of luck to you, Guardian. You're gonna need it.
My guardians, my fallen friends arisen, let us stand together. Hear the clapping of hollow, hated wings. Hear the voiceless voice. The void approaches. Look, the dragon, the dragon. Stand by me. Stand together.
My dagger opens eternal wounds.
Guardians, it is over. The void has been caged inside the God Box, and you have put an end to the battle I was designed by your enemies to lose. The taint has gone. A new dawn breaks. Pure is the source that courses through me. Immaculate. Let us absolve the word. Unsullied is all source anew. My champions, my gratitude is yours. All of us fell low once, but look how we have all reascended. There are more and other forces at work than you can conceive. The void, it is but an instrument. Leandra and her followers, mere tools. Even gods and spirits, such as I, have less control than mortals know, would fear to know. But these things may not be spoken of, and my knowledge is incomplete. All I can promise is that I'll guard you long as you and yours live. Always. That, my friend, is a hard question to answer. But we have somewhere to go, and in that your victory lies condensed. We stand at the brink of a new age and a new universe that even the cowering gods thought the fancy of fools. More fool them, for distrusting you, guardians, you deliverers of time and space. For myself, I will remain here to cleanse and renew the first garden. Source shall flow wholesomely again, a blessing upon all the well-willing creatures of all the beauteous realms. And you I absolve of your guardian duty. You have kept the watch long, and kept it well, but even longer shall be your lives, and happy if I can make them so. The only two beings you'll be, who can freely come to this garden and bask in the splendor of the source restored. The only two beings you'll be, who will share the privilege of gods. But first I will let you settle your business on Rivellon. So let me take you home, to the place where it all began.
Practice till your hands bleed, your eyes water, and your backs break. Now get to it.
On the double.
Madam.
Oh, it smells wonderful, doesn't it, my friend? Rivellon, home again. Long have we travelled, side by side. Now here we stand at the end of our adventure, into a wilderness I never imagined. I will return to Home Forest. I know not what I'll find there now, but oh, I will sing our story from every cave and clearing. Our victory will purge that place of Jarrett's treachery. Come visit someday, won't you? I know Mother would love to meet you. Oh, don't worry. You're not gristly enough for her taste.
To think the Academy was but a hair's breadth away from being blinked out of existence.
If you'd asked during our student years, I would have told you to let the Void's will be done.
Oh, comrade, our reputations have galloped over far before we did. Old Captain Watrous won't believe half of what I told him, or so he says. He won't admit it, but he's giddier than a schoolgirl to see you again. Well, comrade, someone's got to teach these pups about going toe-to-toe against the dark forces of Rivellon. Reckon yours truly's up to the job.
Boy the Seven, you're alive and well. What with goblins and cultists
They
and
were
undead,
outnumbered?
we never
Yes.
dreamed you'd
Short of
make it.
resolve? Not on your life.
Good gods. Well, well, well. Look who's finally back. Were you out hunting source, or off finding yourself in Youthall Gore? So, out with it then. Who killed Councillor Jake?
Every bag of bones they shot
Oh, we've
down.
heard the rumors. Source cult this and end of time that. The recruits may buy it hook, line, and sinker, but I've been on the farm long enough to know a tall tale when I hear one. I'll expect to find all the details in your report, Hunter. But first, you've got visitors. The kind I don't like to see loitering around Academy headquarters. Clear them out, and then get to writing.
Source goes.
Gods above. There's at least 2 in every year. Look, I don't care what you do in your free time, recruit. But on Academy grounds, the recreational use of Drudenay is strictly prohibited. Do I look like your secretary? Go on. They're just inside.
They were outnumbered? Yeah.
Source Hunter, how I rejoice at your return. I may not have scurried through the first garden myself, but thundering tomcats, I can vividly imagine the terrible battle you fought and won in that starry realm. Leandra is dead. It had to be. Astarte is free. The Void Dragon enclosed anew and forever. So few people know that thanks to you and only you, they draw happy breaths. That Zigzax writes with fervor still, and that the Weaver quietly weaves as if nothing ever happened. Your quest is over, Hunter, but your glory is endless. One day your story will be sung, and your very name whispered in reverence. How honored I am indeed to be a footnote in your tale.
Not a bad place you've got here, Guardian. Not bad at all. Though I don't know if that sourpuss of a captain realizes you were all that stood between him and certain doom. Perhaps I can rustle up a nice charming elixir to soften that scowl of his.
Now, I'm sure after all they've faced, our heroes can handle the likes of him. How are you faring? That it did. It most certainly did. And yet you have emerged not only victorious, but having granted a second chance at life to every being in the realm.
I know not where exactly her soul might rest, but I hope she is at peace now. Somewhere she can do no more harm.
We will mourn her for the woman she was, not the monster she became.
I will return to Lacula. Leandra left a veritable legion of sorcerers in her wake, and they'll need guidance now that Source has been cleansed. I'm certain most will be delighted to learn they need not slaughter rabbits, or worse, to secure Source's blessings. And as for the rest, well, all these recruits will need something to do, won't they?
A wizard's work is never done, Source Hunter. I know not what the future holds, but I'll wait for it at my leisure with a pipe and a good book. And on a more personal note, I'm not entirely sure things are hopeless between Akara and I. I know she's angry now, but...
For God's sakes, I'm standing right here. And the answer is never again. Not for all of Gungear's gold.
We'll see.
I do so hope we'll meet again, Guardian.
Aiding you on this journey has been the finest privilege I can fathom.
Your health and happiness, Guardian. And thank you.
So, this is it. After all we've discovered, after the battles we've won, I think it really is over. What do you suppose we should do now?
The Void may be caged, but the rest of the realm's villains remain. Rivellon has need of us yet.
Onward! Against any and all the realm's evils!
And thus the Guardians lived out the remainder of their mortal days. The end. Well, if you really want to know, when our two hard-headed but passionate saviors returned to Rivellon, they started up a steamy romance, a story for the ages, equally familiar in their little home where the sounds of passion and the breaking of glass. And thus Rivellon's first pair of cohabitating arch-nemeses lived out their days. What more could you ask for, little imp? The void is contained, the goddess is freed, and the saviors have returned to Rivellon. What more could you ask for?